The glass sweats under Cashin Moretti's tattooed fingers. Whiskey amber. Ice melting slow. Rain hammers Valerio's floor-to-ceiling windows like bullets nobody hears coming. He doesn't look up when the small hand moves. Brown fingers. Pink dress sleeve. A torn piece of paper sliding beneath his glass. Silent as a held breath. Cashin lifts the tumbler. Reads, "You're being watched." Table 2. His chest stops. Doesn't rise. Doesn't fall. The restaurant hums with silver forks on porcelain. Laughter too loud. Conversations too careful. This is where power eats. Where men in $3,000 suits negotiate wars over medium-rare ribeye. Cashin Moretti sits at table 5, like a king no one dares approach. Black suit. Blood red, shirt open to the collar. Rosary cross resting against ink-scarred skin. His knuckles carry symbols only dead men recognize. The city whispers his name in alleys, in back rooms, in places where fear lives rent-free. But the child beside him doesn't whisper. Nyla Rowe, 8 years old, afro puffs tied tight, pink dress pressed like armor, grips her fork with both hands. Her legs dangle. Her shoes don't touch marble. She doesn't belong here. Everyone knows it. Hi viewers. Kindly tell us where you're watching from and what time it is. Cashin's jaw tightens. He lowers the glass. Slow, controlled. His eyes don't move toward table 2. Not yet, because men who survive don't react. They calculate. How long? His voice comes low, barely audible. Nyla's fingers tremble against her fork. Since we sat down, Cashin exhales through his nose. The kind of breath that sounds like a verdict. Around them, waiters glide like shadows. A woman laughs 3 tables over, high-pitched fake. A businessman checks his Rolex twice in 10 seconds. Nobody notices the storm building at table 5, except the men at table 2. They sit with jackets too thick for summer, hands too still, eyes that flicker toward Cashin every 43 seconds. Nyla saw it first, because children see what adults train themselves to ignore. She watched their lips move without sound, watched the bulge under the left one's jacket shift when he breathed, watched the glint of something small and metallic tucked behind his ear. Earpiece. Her stomach dropped, her throat closed, but she didn't scream. She wrote. Now Cashin slides his hand across the table, covers hers. His palm swallows her small fist entirely. Listen to me. His tone doesn't change. Still quiet. Still deadly. When I stand, you stay in this seat. You don't move. You don't look at them. Understand? Nyla nods. Once. Sharp. Her eyes are too wide. Too aware. She shouldn't have to be this brave. But the world doesn't care what children should or shouldn't carry. Cashin pulls his hand back, taps the table twice with his knuckles. The sound is almost nothing. A waiter 2 stations away freezes mid-pour. A man in a gray suit near the kitchen entrance sets down his menu. Stands, doesn't look at Cashin, walks toward the restroom hallway. Another man, older, broader, rises from a corner booth, adjusts his jacket, moves like water between tables. Nobody else notices, but the men at table 2 do. One of them shifts, hand moving toward his jacket. Too slow. Cashin's voice cuts through the air without rising. Don't. The man's hand stops, hovering. Sweat beads at his temple. Nyla's breath catches. Her fingers twist the fabric of her dress until her knuckles pale. Cashin leans back in his chair, calm, unhurried, like he's watching a film he's already seen. You came here to kill me, he says. Not a question, a fact. The man at table 2 swallows. His partner's jaw clenches. Neither of them speaks. Cashin's lips curve. Not a smile. Something colder. You should have sent more men. The restaurant lights flicker once. Nyla's heart slams against her ribs. Cashin whispers one word. Now. How many seconds does a man have before everything he planned falls apart? Valerio's doesn't breathe the same air as the rest of the city. Glass walls stretch 20 feet high. Marble floors catch reflections like mirrors. Chandeliers hang low enough to kiss the heads of men who've never bowed. This is where billionaires bring mistresses, where senators shake hands with criminals. where every table holds a secret someone would kill to protect. Cash and Moretti owns none of it, but when he walks through the door, the room bends. Conversations pause, eyes drop, silverware stills mid-motion. Not because he demands it, because fear is a language older than words. Tonight, Nyla Rowe sits beside him in a pink dress 2 sizes too careful. Her shoes, white, scuffed at the toes, dangle above a floor that costs more than her mother's monthly rent. She tries not to stare. At the paintings framed in gold, at the women dripping diamonds, at the waiters moving like choreographed dancers in black vests and gloves. Her mother cleaned houses like this, never ate in them. Cashin ordered her steak. Medium, no questions. She didn't touch it. Across the room, a man in navy checks his phone 4 times. A couple near the window doesn't speak. Their silence screams louder than the piano notes drifting from somewhere Nyla can't see. Everything here is polished, perfect, dangerous. Nyla feels it in her bones. She's not supposed to be here. Cashin knows it too, but he brought her anyway, because the world outside these walls wanted her dead. And Cashin Moretti doesn't lose what he's sworn to protect. A waiter approaches, young, nervous. His tray trembles as he refills Cashin's water. His eyes catch something at the table. The coin, silver, old, engraved with a crest Nyla doesn't recognize. The waiter's face drains white. He stumbles. The tray tilts. Ice water splashes across marble. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't. Cashin doesn't look at him. Leave. The waiter vanishes. Nyla stares at the coin. Small, harmless looking. What is that? She whispers. Cashin's fingers drum once against the table. Protection. From what? His eyes shift toward her. Dark, unreadable. For men who think little girls don't matter. Nyla's throat tightens. She matters. Her mother told her every single day. But her mother isn't here. And the men at table 2 keep staring. Nyla's fingers curl into her dress. She wants to disappear. Wants to wake up in her bed with her mother making eggs in the next room. But wishing doesn't change reality. And reality sits 3 tables away, whispering into phones while pretending to eat. Cashin leans forward. His voice drops lower. They've been watching us for 11 minutes. Nyla's pulse spikes. How do you know? Because I've been watching them for 12. Her hands shake. Cashin's don't. He lifts his glass, sips, sets it down with precision. Whatever happens next, he says, you stay in this seat. You don't run. You don't scream. You trust me. Nyla nods. But trust is a hard thing to give when the man asking for it looks like every nightmare her mother warned her about. What do you do when the only person who can save you is the one everyone else fears? 2 days ago, Nyla Rowe's mother didn't come home. Loretta Rowe worked 3 jobs. Cleaned houses for people who never learn her name. Took buses across the city at 5 a.m., came home smelling like bleach and exhaustion. But she always came home, always kissed Nyla's forehead, always asked about homework, always made sure the door was locked twice. Until she didn't. Nyla waited on the couch. Cartoons playing. Volume low. 6 o'clock passed. 7, 8. Her stomach growled. She ate cereal dry because the milk ran out yesterday. 9 o'clock came. Her mother's phone went straight to voicemail. Nyla's hand shook as she scrolled through contacts. No aunts, no uncles, no cousins. Just one name her mother mentioned in whispers when she thought Nyla wasn't listening. Cashin Moretti, the man who owned the house her mother cleaned every Thursday. The man who paid in cash and never asked questions. The man her mother said was dangerous but fair. Nyla's thumb hovered over the number. She pressed call. It rang once. Who is this? His voice came cold, clipped. Mr. Cashin? Her voice cracked. It's Nyla, Loretta's daughter. Silence stretched. Then, where's your mother? I don't know. She didn't come home. She always comes home. Another pause. Longer. Pack a bag. I'm coming. The line went dead. Nyla packed her backpack. 2 shirts. 1 pair of jeans. Her mother's picture. Cashin arrived in a black car 30 minutes later. He didn't hug her, didn't smile, didn't lie, and say everything would be okay. He just opened the door and said, "Get in." And because Nyla was 8 but not stupid, she did. Now she sits beside him in a restaurant where meals cost more than her school supplies. Her mother is gone, and the man everyone fears is the only one looking for her. Back in Valerio's, Cashin's phone buzzes. He checks it. His jaw tightens. Nyla sees it. "What's wrong?" "Nothing you need to worry about." "Is it about my mom?" Cashin's eyes cut toward table 2, then back to her. "We're about to find out." The men at table 2 stand. Both of them, at the same time. Nyla's breath stops. When predators move in sync, who becomes the prey? Nyla noticed them before Cashin did. Not because she's smarter, because adults stop seeing danger when it wears a suit. The 2 men at table 2 ordered appetizers they didn't eat, drank wine they didn't taste, checked their watches without caring about time. Their smiles didn't reach their eyes. Their conversation had no sound. Nyla watched the way the one on the left kept his hand inside his jacket, not scratching, not adjusting, holding. She watched the one on the right glance toward the exit every 90 seconds, counting, waiting. Her mother taught her that. "Baby, when something feels wrong, it usually is. Trust your gut before you trust grown folks' words." Nyla's gut screamed, so she watched, and she saw what Cashin's guards missed. The bulge under the left man's jacket shifted when he breathed. Too heavy to be a phone, too angular to be a wallet. The right man had something in his ear. Small, flesh-toned, easy to miss unless you were looking for it. Earpiece, which meant someone else was listening. Someone else was giving orders. Nyla's fingers trembled as she tore a piece of paper from her coloring sheet. She didn't have time to think, didn't have time to doubt. She wrote fast. "Messy, you're being watched." Table 2. Her hand slid the note under Cashin's glass. He didn't react right away, didn't gasp, didn't turn. He just lifted the glass. "Read," breathed, and the air around him changed. Now Nyla sits frozen. Her legs don't swing anymore. Her hands grip the edge of the table. Cashin's voice comes quiet, too quiet. "How long have they been staring?" "Since we sat down," Nyla whispers. "Did they see you write the note?" "I don't think so." Cashin's fingers tap the table. Once, twice, a signal. Nyla doesn't know what it means. But 2 men across the restaurant do. One stands from a corner booth. Tall, broad, moving slow. Another rises near the kitchen. Younger, faster. They don't look at Cashin, but they're moving toward table 2. Nyla's heart hammers. "What's happening?" she whispers. Cashin leans closer. His voice drops. "You just saved my life." Nyla blinks. "What?" "Those men came here to kill me. You saw them first." Her stomach flips. She's 8. She's not supposed to see death before it arrives. But she did. And now the men at table 2 know they've been caught. The one on the left shifts. His hand moves toward his jacket. Cashin's voice cuts through the air. "Don't." The man freezes. Sweat beads at his temple. Nyla can see it from here. The restaurant hums. Unaware. Unbothered. But at table 5, a war is about to start. And the little girl in the pink dress just became the reason it won't end quietly. What happens when a child sees monsters and the monster sees her back? Victor Hale walks through Valerio's front door like a man attending his own funeral. His suit is expensive. His shoes are polished. His smile is plastic. But his hands shake. Cashin sees it immediately. The tremor in Victor's fingers as he adjusts his tie. The way his eyes scan the room twice before landing on table 5. The sweat already forming at his hairline despite the air conditioning. Victor Hale is a fixer. The kind of man who sells information to whoever pays the most and betrays them 3 days later. He survived this long because he's useful, not because he's loyal. Cashin doesn't stand when Victor approaches, doesn't offer his hand, just watches. Victor slides into the seat across from him. His smile stretches too wide. "Cashin, good to see you." Cashin doesn't blink. "Where is she?" Victor's smile falters. "Let's not rush." "We should." "Where is she?" The temperature at the table drops. Nyla watches Victor's face change, watches his throat work as he swallows. He glances toward table 2, just once, but it's enough. Cashin's jaw tightens. Victor clears his throat. Tries again. Look, I think we can work something out. Something that benefits both of us. I didn't ask for a negotiation, Cashin says. I asked for a location. Victor's hands flatten against the table. His fingers twitch. About that. Your housekeeper, Loretta. She's in a complicated situation. Nyla's breath catches. Cashin leans forward. Slowly. The movement feels like a threat. Complicated how? Victor's eyes dart left, right, searching for an exit that doesn't exist. She knew things. Things she wasn't supposed to know. What things? Things about people who want to change the landscape. Shift the power. You understand. Cashin's voice goes soft. Dangerous. I understand you're stalling. Victor's face pales. I'm not. I'm just trying to explain. You're trying to keep me here long enough for them to make their move. Victor's mouth opens, closes. Nyla looks toward table 2. Both men are standing now, hands inside their jackets, eyes locked on Cashin. Victor's chair scrapes back. He stands, stumbles. I didn't want this. I swear. They said, they promised. Cashin doesn't move, doesn't flinch. His voice cuts through Victor's panic like a blade. You brought me here to die. Victor's eyes well up. I didn't have a choice. Everyone has a choice. Cashin taps the table twice. The sound echoes, and everything happens at once. The 2 men from table 2 move. Cashin's guards move faster. Victor tries to run. He doesn't make it 3 steps. Nyla's scream catches in her throat. How many seconds does it take for loyalty to become a death sentence? The first man from table 2 doesn't make it halfway across the restaurant. A guard in a gray suit intercepts him between the wine bar and the piano. No words, no warning, just a hand clamping down on the man's wrist before it clears his jacket. The gun never makes it out. The second man moves faster, smarter. He pivots toward the kitchen entrance, hand already inside his jacket, eyes locked on Cashin. He doesn't see the older guard until it's too late. The impact is silent, efficient, a shoulder check that looks accidental to everyone who isn't paying attention. The man stumbles into a waiter carrying champagne flutes. Glass shatters. Liquid spreads across marble like spilled blood. Diners gasp, turn, stare, but nobody screams. Because Valerio's is the kind of place where chaos wears a tuxedo and apologizes quietly. Nyla's fingers dig into the tablecloth. Her knuckles turn pale. Her breath comes shallow and fast. She watches the men from table 2 get pinned against walls. Watches their jackets get searched. Watches guns, black, cold, real, get pulled free and pocketed by Cashin's guards. Nobody else sees it. The pianist keeps playing. A woman laughs at table 7. A waiter refills water glasses like nothing happened. But Nyla saw everything, and she can't unsee it. Cashin stands, slow, controlled. His movements don't rush, don't panic. He adjusts his cuffs, straightens his rosary, looks at Victor Hale, who's frozen 3 feet from the table, face drained of color. Sit down, Cashin says. Victor shakes his head. I can't. I need to. Sit down. Victor collapses into the chair like his legs gave out. Cashin remains standing, towering. His shadow falls across Victor's trembling hands. You brought 2 men with guns into a restaurant where a child is eating. Cashin's voice stays level, quiet, deadly. Explain. Victor's mouth opens, closes, opens again. They weren't supposed to. It wasn't supposed to go like this. How was it supposed to go? Victor's eyes dart toward the men being restrained near the kitchen, then back to Cashin. They just wanted you distracted. Long enough for what? Victor's throat works. Sweat drips down his temple. For Quillen to finish what he started. The name lands like a gunshot. Cashin's expression doesn't change, but the air around him does. Colder, sharper. Nyla feels it from her seat. Cashin leans down, close enough that only Victor can hear him. But Nyla hears it anyway. Where is Loretta Rowe? Victor's voice cracks. I don't know the exact location. I swear, Quillen moves her every 12 hours. He's paranoid. He thinks I will. Victor flinches. Cashin straightens, looks at his guards, nods once. They drag the 2 men from table 2 toward the back exit. Still silent. Still efficient. The restaurant returns to normal. Conversations resume. Forks scrape plates. Someone orders dessert. But at table 5, nothing is normal. Victor stares at his hands. Shaking. Broken. Nyla stares at Cashin. Watching. Learning. This is what power looks like. Not loud. Not violent. Just absolute. Cashin reaches into his pocket. Pulls out a silver coin. Places it on the table in front of Nyla. She looks at it. Then at him. What is this? Protection, he says. Anyone who sees it knows you're mine. Nobody touches you. Nyla picks it up. Heavy. Cold. Engraved with symbols she doesn't understand. Does it work? She whispers. Cashin's eyes meet hers. Dark. Certain. Always. Victor watches the exchange. His face crumples. I'm sorry, he chokes out. I didn't want her involved. I didn't want any of this. Cashin doesn't look at him. But you did it anyway. Victor's head drops. Cashin's phone buzzes. He checks it. His jaw tightens. They found the safe house, he says to no one in particular. Nyla's heart jumps. My mom. Cashin's eyes shift to her. For the first time tonight, something softens in his expression. We're getting close. Close isn't home. Close isn't safe. But it's more than Nyla had an hour ago. Cashin signals a guard. The man approaches. Kneels beside Nyla's chair. This is Marcus, Cashin says. He's going to take you somewhere safe while I handle this. Nyla's fingers tighten around the coin. I want to stay with you. You can't. Why not? Cashin crouches. I level. His voice drops low enough that only she hears. Because where I'm going, children shouldn't follow. What kind of war begins when a man who fears nothing finally has something to lose? Victor talks fast now, words tumbling over each other like dominoes. She wasn't supposed to hear anything. Loretta, she was just cleaning. But Quillen's people, they were meeting at your safe house. Talking, planning. She walked in at the wrong time. Cashin stands over him, silent, listening. Victor's hands tremble against the table. She heard them say your name, heard them mapping out territories, heard them talking about cutting you out, taking over. And instead of warning me, Cashin says, you helped them take her. Victor's face crumples. They threaten my family, my daughter. What was I supposed to do? Die before you betray someone under my protection? The words hit like stones. Victor's breath catches. His eyes fill. You didn't think a cleaning woman mattered. Cashin's tone stays flat. Empty. You didn't think her daughter mattered. You thought I'd let this slide because she's nobody. Victor shakes his head desperately. That's not. She matters more than you. The statement hangs in the air. Nyla watches from her seat. She shouldn't be hearing this. Shouldn't be learning how easily adults decide who lives and who doesn't. But she is, and she'll never forget it. Cashin's phone buzzes again. He answers without looking away from Victor. Talk. A voice crackles through. Lo, urgent. We found her. Warehouse on the South Docks. But Quillen's got 12 men inside. Maybe more. Cashin's jaw tightens. How many exits? 3. All covered. Give me 20 minutes. He ends a call. Looks at Victor. You're going to take me there. Victor's eyes widen. I can't. He'll kill me. He'll kill you slower if I get there, and she's already dead. Victor's breath comes in gasps. His chest heaves. Please, please, I have a daughter. Cashin leans down. Close enough that Victor can see every scar, every line, every year of violence etched into his face. So, does Loretta. The name breaks something in Victor. He nods. Once. Defeated. Cashin straightens. Looks at Marcus, the guard standing beside Nyla. Take her to the north side location. Lock it down. Nobody in or out until I call. Marcus nods. Nyla stands. Her legs feel weak. Her voice comes small. You gonna get her? Cashin turns. His expression shifts. Softens just enough that she sees the man beneath the monster. Yes. Promise? He crouches. I level again. I promise. Nyla studies his face, searching for lies, for cracks. She finds none. What if they hurt her? Her voice breaks. Cashin's hand rests on her shoulder. Steady. Warm. Then they'll learn what happens when someone takes what's mine. Nyla doesn't understand all of it, but she understands enough. This man, the one everyone fears, is about to go to war. For a mother. For her. Marcus gently guides Nyla toward the exit. She looks back once. Cashin stands in the center of Valerio's like a storm gathering strength. Victor sits collapsed in his chair, a man already mourning himself. And somewhere across the city, Loretta Rowe waits in darkness, not knowing her daughter sent the only man capable of burning the world down to find her. The restaurant doors close behind Nyla. Cashin pulls his phone out. Dials. It's me, he says. Gather everyone. We're moving now. He pauses. Listens. Then, Quillen wanted a war. He's about to get one. When family turns enemy, how much blood does it take to rewrite loyalty? Cashin finds Nyla in the back seat of the SUV. She's clutching the silver coin, so tight her palm bleeds a little where the engraving pressed too hard. Marcus stands guard outside, watching, waiting. Cashin climbs into the back seat, closes the door. The world goes quiet. Just him and the little girl whose mother he's about to kill for. Nyla doesn't look at him, stares straight ahead, her jaw set, her eyes dry. She's trying to be brave. Cashin sees it, recognizes it. He's worn that same mask. You're scared, he says. Not a question. Nyla nods. Once. Small. Good, Cashin says. Fear keeps you smart. She looks at him then, confused. My mama says brave people aren't scared. Cashin shakes his head. Your mama's wrong. Nyla blinks. Brave people are terrified, Cashin continues. They just don't let the fear make decisions for them. Nyla's fingers loosen around the coin. Just a little. Are you scared? She asks. Cashin's pause stretches long enough that she almost thinks he won't answer. Then, yes. Her eyes widen. Of what? Of failing you. The honesty lands heavy. Nyla's throat tightens. You won't. How do you know? Because you promised. Cashin's expression shifts. Something cracks behind his eyes. Something human. Something he's kept buried under years of violence and survival. He reaches into his jacket, pulls out another coin, identical to the one in her hand. This is the Moretti Oath, he says. When someone carries this, it means I've sworn to protect them. No matter what. No cost too high. He places it in her other palm. 2 coins, she whispers. 1 for you. 1 for your mother. Nyla's eyes fill. She bites her lip, tries to hold it together. What if she's already? She can't finish. Cashin leans forward. His voice drops low, firm. Then I'll carry her body home myself. And I'll make sure the men who took her never see another sunrise. It's not comfort. It's a vow carved in steel. Nyla's tears spill over. She wipes them fast, angry at herself for breaking. I want to come with you. No. What? Because where I'm going, I can't protect you and save her at the same time. Nyla's hands shake. But I can help. I helped before. I saw them first. Cashin's jaw tightens. You did. And because of that, your mother's still alive. Then let me... No. The word comes final. Absolute. Nyla's face crumples. Cashin exhales. Long, slow. Listen to me. His tone softens. Just enough. You've already done more than most grown men would. You saw danger. You warned me. You trusted me. That took courage most people don't have. Nyla sniffles. It doesn't feel like enough. It's everything. She looks up at him, searching. You really think my mom's okay? Cashin's eyes don't waver. I think she's strong. Like you. A ghost of a smile touches Nyla's lips. Brief. Fragile. Cashin reaches out. His rough, scarred hand rests on top of her small one. When this is over, he says, I'm going to bring her back to you. And you're going to hug her so tight she'll complain you're crushing her ribs. Nyla's laugh breaks through her tears. Wet. Shaky. She always says that. Then she'll say it again. Nyla nods. Gripping both coins now, holding onto them like lifelines. Cashin stands. Opens the door. Marcus steps forward. Keep her safe, Cashin says. If anything happens to her, you don't come back. Marcus nods. Solemn. Understanding. Cashin looks at Nyla one last time. I'll see you soon. She believes him. Not because she's naive, but because some promises are carved too deep to break. The door closes. The SUV pulls away. And Cashin Moretti turns toward the darkness where men with guns wait for a reckoning they don't know is coming. How far would you go for someone who trusts you with their whole heart? Victor stumbles into the passenger seat of Cashin's car. Hands zip-tied, face pale, Cashin climbs into the driver's seat. Doesn't speak, just starts the engine. The city blurs past. Streetlights, shadows, empty roads leading toward the docks where rust and desperation live. Victor's breathing comes fast. Ragged. He's going to know you're coming, he says. Cashin's eyes stay on the road. Good. You don't understand. Quillen's not like you. He's reckless. He'll burn everything down just to prove a point. Then we'll burn together. Victor swallows. What about Loretta? If he thinks he's cornered, he might. He won't have time to think. The certainty in Cashin's voice sends chills down Victor's spine. They drive in silence for another mile. Then Victor speaks again. Quieter now. Why are you doing this? Cashin's jaw tightens. Doing what? Risking everything. For a cleaning woman. For a kid you barely know. Cashin's hands grip the steering wheel. Knuckles white. Because someone has to. Victor frowns. That's not an answer. Cashin's eyes flicker toward him. Cold. Sharp. When I was Nyla's age, my mother cleaned houses too. Worked 3 jobs. Came home exhausted. And one night, she didn't come home at all. Victor goes still. Someone took her. Cashin continues. Held her for ransom. Thought my father would pay. He didn't. Said she wasn't worth the cost. Victor's breath catches. She died in that warehouse. Alone. Scared. Begging for someone to care. The words hang heavy. I swore that day, Cashin says, that I'd never let that happen to someone else's mother. Not if I had the power to stop it. Victor stares at him, seeing him differently now. Not as a monster, as a man built from grief. I'm sorry, Victor whispers. Cashin doesn't respond. The docks come into view. Warehouses stacked like tombstones. Shadows moving between rusted metal and broken concrete. Cashin pulls the car into an alley. Kills the engine. His phone buzzes. We're in position, a voice says. 12 men confirmed inside. Quillen's on the 2nd floor. Loretta's in the back corner. Alive. Tied to a chair. Cashin's chest tightens. Relief. Rage. Both at once. Wait for my signal. He ends a call. Looks at Victor. You're going in first. Victor's eyes widen. What? You're gonna walk through that door. Tell Quillen I'm 10 minutes out. That I fell for the distraction. He'll kill me the second he knows I talked. Then you'd better be convincing. Victor's hands shake against the zip ties. Cashin leans closer. You wanted to save your daughter. This is how. You buy Loretta time. You buy me an opening. You do that. And maybe you walk out of this alive. Victor's breath comes in gasps. And if I don't, Cashin's expression hardens. Then you die knowing you failed everyone. The choice isn't really a choice. Victor nods. Broken. Desperate. Cashin cuts the zip ties. Opens the door. Victor climbs out. Legs shaking. Cashin watches him walk toward the warehouse. Slow. Stumbling. Then he pulls his phone out. Sends a single text to his men. 3 minutes. Then we move. He checks his gun. Fully loaded. Slides it back into his holster. And steps out into the night. Somewhere inside that warehouse, Loretta Rowe waits. And Quillen Moretti has no idea the storm walking toward him where the rosary and carries the weight of every promise Cashin's ever made. What does justice sound like when it's delivered by a man who's already made peace with violence? Victor walks through the warehouse door. Cashin watches from shadows, counting seconds, watching movements. 12 men, Quillen on the 2nd floor, Loretta in the back. The layout burns into his mind. Victor's voice echoes inside, muffled, frantic. He's coming, Cashin's coming, but I bought us time. Quillen's laughter cuts through, sharp, mocking. You think I'm stupid, Victor? You think I don't know he's already here? A gunshot cracks the air. Victor's scream, then silence. Cashin's jaw tightens. He signals his men. 3 shadows move from opposite corners. Silent, efficient. Cashin steps through the door. The warehouse smells like oil and rust. Dim lights flicker overhead. Crates stack high. Shadows everywhere. Quillen stands on the 2nd floor catwalk. Tall, lean, smiling like he's won. Cashin, he calls out. Finally, I was starting to think you didn't care. Cashin's eyes scan the room. Victor bleeding on the floor. Alive. Barely. And in the corner, tied to a chair, Loretta Rowe. Bruised. Exhausted. But breathing. Her eyes meet Cashin's. Wide. Terrified. Hopeful. Cashin's voice stays calm. Let her go. Quillen laughs. That's it. No speech. No threat. Let her go. Walk away. We're done. Quillen's smile fades. We're not done. We're just getting started. He raises his gun. Points at Loretta. You think you can keep protecting people? You think that makes you strong? It makes you weak. Cashin takes one step forward. Last chance. Quillen's finger moves toward the trigger. Cashin's men move faster. 3 shots. Simultaneous. Precise. 3 of Quillen's men drop. Chaos erupts. Gunfire. Shouting. Bodies moving. Cashin crosses the warehouse floor. Not running. Walking. Calm. Controlled. Bullets ricochet off metal. Sparks fly. He doesn't flinch. Quillen fires. Misses. Fires again. Cashin's shoulder jerks back. Blood blooms through his shirt. He doesn't stop. Quillen's eyes widen. You're insane. Cashin reaches the stairs. Climbs. Slow. Steady. Quillen backs up. Fires twice more. Both miss. Click. Empty. Quillen's hands shake. He throws the gun. Turns to run. Cashin's hand closes around his collar. Yanks him back. Quillen crashes to the catwalk floor. Cashin kneels over him. Blood dripping from his shoulder onto Quillen's face. You took an innocent woman, Cashin says. Quiet. Deadly. You threatened child. You betrayed family. Quillen's breath comes in gasps. She was just leverage. Cashin's fist connects with his jaw. Once. Twice. She was someone's mother. Quillen spits blood. You've killed for less. Never for less. Always for more. Cashin stands. Looks down at the man who shares his blood, but none of his honor. You don't get to walk away from this. Quillen's eyes fill with tears. Fear. Regret. Please. Cashin turns his back. Walks down the stairs. His men handle the rest. Cashin crosses to Loretta. Cuts the ropes. She collapses forward. He catches her. Your daughter, she gasps. Nyla. She's safe. She's waiting for you. Loretta's tears come fast. Thank you. Thank you. Cashin helps her stand. Can you walk? She nods. Barely. He supports her weight. Guides her toward the exit. Behind them, the warehouse falls silent. Victor lies on the floor. Still breathing. He'll live. Quillen won't. Outside, the night air feels clean. Cold. A car pulls up. Marcus in the driver's seat. The back door opens. Nyla tumbles out. Runs. Mama. Loretta sinks to her knees. Arms wide. Nyla crashes into her. Sobs breaking free. I thought. I'm here, baby. I'm here. They cling to each other. Shaking. Crying. Whole. Cashin watches from a distance. Blood still seeping through his shirt. Marcus approaches. You need a hospital. Cashin shakes his head. Later, Nyla looks up, sees him, pulls away from her mother. She runs to Cashin, throws her arms around his waist. He freezes, uncertain, then his hand rests on her head. Gentle, protective. Thank you, she whispers. Cashin's throat tightens. You save her first. We saved her together. Cashin looks at Loretta, at Nyla, at the life he just pulled back from darkness. This is what power should do. Not terrify the innocent. Protect them. Loretta stands. Walks over. Takes Cashin's hand. I don't have words big enough, she says. Cashin nods. You don't need them. The sun starts to rise. Gold bleeding into gray. A new day. A second chance. Cashin Moretti climbs into his car. Drives away. Behind him, a mother and daughter hold each other. Alive. Safe. Because one little girl slid a note under glass. And the most dangerous man in the city decided her life mattered more than his fear. If you felt this story, don't let it end here. Subscribe, turn on notifications, share your thoughts in the comments. Because stories like this, stories that remind us courage can come from the smallest hands and the hardest hearts. These are the ones worth spreading. Let's inspire each other, together.